Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you read the title, you know we've done some major upgrades, so time to make a video on it, show you what we've done since the last videos. Let's take a look. So we're going to start inside. All the sound deadening is put in. For now, it does go from all the way up underneath the dash to right behind the back seat. We do not have the back done yet. Waiting on a few other modifications before we finish it out, but as soon as those done, we're gonna finish putting it all the way the rest of the way. I do have a Rhino-Line floor, and surprisingly it stuck pretty well. I haven't seen it peel off or anything, so far so good. So it helped out a lot in the tunnel area where the heat was coming through the floorboards, and so right now the heat is still staying outside the Jeep. I do have a rubber floor mat that's over it. It's just sitting on top of it, and then the floor mats. This was the first idea of trying to keep the heat from coming through, but it didn't work very well. I stuck it back in there to help so you really wasn't sticking to all the sound deadening, like stepping on it and other stuff like that. So we did that. So we'll move on to the big thing. The Jeep is now sitting on 40 by 1350 Maxxis razors on 17-inch KNC tank beadlock wheels. As you can tell, we do have some little bit of rubbing already. It's been out on 2 trail rides so far, so showing a little bit of a rash, but that's what they're used for. They worked well. They did a good job. Cleaned out, mud cleaned out, gripping rocks. I am running 8 PSI right at the moment. As you can tell, it's still, we trailered it to the park, so we never put air back in it, so it's still sitting at 8 PSI. So they did very well. I was super happy with them for being a radial. I didn't have to winch any, so that's always a good day when you don't have to winch. We did 4 and 5 diamonds at our local park, which are the highest ones, and kept with the group the whole time. So that pretty much wraps up the new upgrades that has been done here lately, other than some maintenance and some tightening up arms and stuff like that. It's pretty much like it was before. I'm going to run it this way this year. If I get my shop done, I'm probably going to be changing it. I'm going to rip out the suspension, and I'm probably going to change it again. I'm running a 3-link, 4-link right now. I'm really thinking about changing it to a double triangulated front and rear. If I can fit it, lower the Jeep down some, and maybe do some cutting. I'm thinking about making some custom armor, so opening up the fender welds to fit the 40s. The trip we did over this weekend, it only rubbed in a few places, not metal crushing, but it just rub off some paint. So that's not bad. That was from before, so it did good. It didn't rub that much. But we do have a new upgrade that we're going to do right now. I got contacted by LOYO official and they hooked us up with some new headlights. So I'm actually going to change out the headlights right now. These headlights have been great. They work good, they're bright, but we're gonna try out something different, try out something new. And so I had them send me kind of looks like new JL lights. So let's get them put in, see what they look like. First thing we do, we gotta take out all the screws and get the bezel off from the light. Now that the bezel's off, we have access to the bracket. Just gonna take off the three screws holding the bracket round. Bracket comes off the now I have to unplug I have halos wired up, so I have to unplug those. Unplug our headlight. Then I'm gonna have to snip these. Alright. Actually just gonna snip these. I have these little butt connectors. I'm actually gonna snip them inside the plastic because I'm only gonna end up using one. These had the white halo that was for running lights, and it actually went to a yellow halo for turn signals. The new lights are just gonna have the white, so I'm not gonna use the turn signals. So when we get the other light, let's get it put in. All right, we got a new light and a plug and the power for the halo ring. And since it's just one, and the way I have mine hooked up, I have two wires because one was for turn signal and one was for running. So we want the halo to come on when we're running, and then we're not worried about the turn signal. I know which ones mine are because I labeled them, but if you don't know which wire is which, voltmeter, you can just test it for current. When you turn on your headlights and the running lights, you can find which one is kicked on, and then you can go to your turn signal and find which one it is. I'm not going to use the turn signal one. I'm actually going to rewire it down to my bottom LED lights. That way I still have turn signals. That, or I end up will put a turn signal bulb over here. I do have the little orange LED ones I can stick over here, and so we'll keep that one around. But for now, we're just going to use this one right here. All right, we got the new connector on. Time to plug in the light. Like the ends are a little bit bent up. We'll just stretch them out just a little bit. There we go. All right, push all the wires back in. Take off the plastic. And make sure that got it set to the top. We also have our guides that will line up with our bracket. So once it's in, it will actually lock in. Gotta make sure our cable gets in there. Step out the way. So we got the light plugged in now. I had to make some modifications to the fiberglass. This one's a lot bigger than the old one. The old one's got a smaller back. This one's got a bigger. See how well that does on cooling. They don't actually have fins like these do. So we'll see how well that does. But it is slightly bigger, so we had to notch out the fiberglass. Easiest way, if you ain't got a Dremel or just a little multi-tool with a little saw teeth on it, cut right through it. So now we can push it all back in and get it set up. You probably want to test it before you get it too far though. I have tested it and it does work. There we go. Now we're sitting flat. Just gonna tighten them all up. We got them all in. Snug them down. Once it's in, looks like it works. Put it bezel back on. Got it clearance. Got all our screws. There we go. Changed the look quite a bit. We'll let it get dark a little bit. We're going to go ahead and test them, see how bright they are compared to the other one. I'll change out the other one after. That's the old one. That's the new one. Let's see what they look like. So already, the new one looks a lot better because it has this line. It's got a cutoff line. Whereas the old one was just a spotlight and just shined a square. That line is really nice, whereas that's just a block. And then everything else on this one is just it's flood. It's a spotlight when everything else is flooded, whereas this one gets a nice even light going across. So let's see what the high beams do. So the high beams, tell over here on the passenger side, we still have our square, and the beam just kind of came upwards a little bit. On the driver's side, looks like we got a little bit more spotlight, but it does come across over more. So it looks like we're getting just a little bit more light output by the new ones. Now, if you do want to check out these headlights and any other headlights like them, they have a whole bunch of selection. They even have these LOYO, LOYO official.com. I'll post a link in the bottom of the description so you can just go right to it. But they have awesome headlights that are reasonably priced, and they look super cool. So go check them out. Link will be in the description. There you go. Well, thank you, everybody. Like and subscribe. Share the videos. More updates are coming. Hopefully get some wheeling videos uploaded. I gotta find somebody who can actually video and not enjoy riding. So they'll get out and actually video and stuff. So we're gonna do some more wheeling videos, and hopefully, and more updates come along. So, thank you, everybody. We'll see y'all later.